All right, fan-controlled football. Game 2, Bored Apes, Knights of Degen. DeAndre Francois, Ed Crouch, here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Are you ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Boom, Ed Crouch. Knights of Degen get the ball, they keep it. Let's go, game 2, you ready? Let's go.
And there's the rock, paper, scissors brought to you by Wendy's. Also, Josh McCougar with the energy on that RPS.
It's his favorite part of the day, when he gets to go out there and lead the rock, paper, scissors. And hey, way better than a coin flip, in my opinion.
Yeah, you gotta love the adventure, and you know, for me, I'm well adept in rock, paper, scissors. I'm just telling you, I'm pretty good. We can have competition up here if you guys want.
Oh, maybe we should do that.
You know, maybe we should do
Sounds like a challenge.
announcer rock, paper, scissors to see who gets the ball, and then we choose. How about that?
Here's our starters on offense. So we saw Crouch and Francois square off in rock, paper, scissors. Here's the offenses they will lead, and some names that you'll get a chance to know. Two guys that are emerging, Terrell West and Jacoby Baker at that super back position. Remember, the tight end offensive line groups or packages, we'll see them twice today. And then the defensive side of the football for Knights of Degen and the Bored Ape Football Club looks like this. And some names we just saw, that man Quantez Stigger's back to work now wearing a different uniform, but he could perhaps look to pile up, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 interceptions in an afternoon. Not bad.
Multiple MVPs? Can we do that in a day? That'd be pretty cool. Here's
a look inside our specially built fan-controlled football production facility at historic Pullman Yards, and this really is unlike anything else. Devin, I know you've played in front of 100,000 of your closest friends, but this is something else.
Yeah, I mean, this is so intimate. You gotta love an opportunity to be so close to the action. We've talked about it almost ad nauseum. When you get tackles underneath your booth, or they're running right in front of you, you can almost reach down and touch them. Like you said, if there's a 9-foot throw or a 9-foot catch, we might get a catch in this season. I'm just telling you, their ball might be thrown up here. We're gonna have to get our hands ready, but the intimacy of this arena is amazing, and all the video boards, and you really don't miss anything when you're here.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot, but I don't think it's ever going to get old.
Yeah,
I can't imagine anywhere in the country where you can be closer to professional football action than here.
One of the fun things in fan control football, the power-ups. You've got the power play, that's a 7-on-6 advantage. When he's flipped the field, it's FCF's version of the punt with a progressive 5th down. Out of options on 4th down, extend the drive, go 5th down. And we saw different styles of usage in our first game, and some teams able to hang onto a few of those late in our first game, right? Glacier Boys had a few of those late, but by that point, they were in a real tough spot.
Yeah, they held on just a little too long, and then by the end of the game, it wasn't able to help them to get the victory.
So we'll get things started here. Knights of Degen on offense. Ed Crouch, a star last year for the Wild Aces, gets the start at quarterback here for KOD, and they keep things on the ground with Terrell West, and he'll try and drag the pile, but good effort there. Jim Jones on the scene.
You mentioned the Wild Aces, which were the championship team last year. They have changed this year to should have been stars, and a lot of that fan community did not want to just be dictated to who they were going to be fans of. They didn't want to just ride over with should have been stars. So many of them rallied around the Bored Ape Football Club, and you're seeing a lot of those focused, motivated, experienced fans of last year's championship team taking their talents to the Bored Ape Football Club.
Now, Jeff, 4 new teams. Why Bored Ape?
That is a question I can't answer. That for some reason that community who is very tied in and communicate, they have their own Discord. They are very, very on top of things. They decided they wanted to be Bored Apes, so it happened.
Ownership group, part of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, some of their community leaders who oversees this Bored Ape Football Club. Here's a quick out and some quick footwork on the connect to Jedediah Lewis from Ed Crouch on the 2nd down delivery. We'll see a flag on the play. Is this our first flag we've seen all day?
They found him. They had to get him from the back of the locker room or something.
Officials here huddled up.
Personal foul, blindside block, number 3. Half this is the goal, replay 2nd down.
So blindside block the call there against Terrence Williams, and that'll bring things back. Here's a look at our officials: Mike Sweatman, Frank Gatlin, Cedric Clark, and Alfred Arnold taking our afternoon session. And our second game here. Knights of Degen Board Ape Football Club. So that backs them up after they thought they had a bit of a gain. Now looking at a 2nd and 15. Running clock here in fan-controlled football, and we keep it moving. And if you saw that big body, that's DeMarcus Hayes, 6'6", 315, wearing number 75 on the offensive line. He can clear some space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine you want to try to run behind him. I mean, look how small that 75 looks, right? That's 2 numbers, and it looks like a single digit almost. My goodness.
Yeah.
It's a
you
big man.
You could try to run behind him, but you're probably going to be running behind him regardless of whether
Regardless
you
of where
try.
you run. That's good. No matter where you run, you're running behind him.
Fan play call coming in. And now on a second, I call it 2nd and 14 as they picked up 1 on first down, then had the 5-yard penalty. Fumble into the end zone. Trouble here. Crouch bobbles it again. Recovered. Touchdown for the Board Ape Football Club on the fumble recovery in the end zone.
Another game, more defense. It's a day of defense.
Talked about it early in the last game. You kind of have to know when to call it quits. You can't make a bad play worse, right? You missed the snap. That's fine. Find a way to try to get something, but you got to protect the ball because instead of 2, you give up a touchdown.
Oh, that's
Man.
2 mistakes.
I mean, you couldn't start any worse if you're the Knights of Degen, and you couldn't start any better if you're the Board Apes.
Yeah.
Big recovery, and how about that turnover chain?
2.
So now the 2-point conversion opportunity. Board Ape Football Club looking to quickly go in front. 8-0. Francois. A little high, but hauling it in and coming down. The conversion is good. Francois and Maurice Thomas collaborate.
Fellas, I think we've had our first sighting of someone losing. He shook him out of his shoes. Watch the defender's shoe. The shoe is still there on the ground. No! I've never seen it. You always say, I'll shake you out of your shoes. I'll break your ankle. But you never actually see it. He has to go pick. Great catch. But how about the route where the defender comes out of his shoes? Wow, Thomas Jr., don't be so mean.
Yeah, we got to look into better laces, I think, for him.
Wow.
Let's check in with the 4th member of our team, Liv Moods. Liv.
This is a super exciting matchup, you guys, and I'm talking about the QBs, Ed Crouch and DeAndre Francois. I mean, Francois was the runner-up in last year's season, and Crouch was the winner. This is a Manning-Brady situation here. I imagine this game goes back and forth a lot on offense, high-scoring affair. So really take a look at these QBs, because these are the guys you want to be watching.
All right, high praise, Liv Moods, Manning Brady. Let's see if they can live up to the hype here. Crouch back to it. He's just trying to hang on to the football after that last fumble recovery going to the Board Ape football crew. So opening moments here, first half. He'll keep it himself. Crouch to the 15, a little stutter step, and he's out of play.
I love to see the infusion of the read option when you get a quarterback with nice legs that he can use, because you just read that defensive end. And once that defensive end crashes down, you're essentially gone, and there's nobody there to stop you.
Good look there at Coach Jenks, overall head coach here in fan-controlled football. And could you imagine, Jeff, Devin, you're new to FCF, you've heard the talk of last year, and you're thinking, where's all the offense? The defense here has been so dominant. Not that we haven't seen some great offense, but props to the defense this season so far.
Yeah, they've done a very good job. You can see season 1 they got their feet wet, and coming into season 2 they knew exactly what they needed to do and how to play a lot of these offenses. And it's just going to challenge the fans to be more creative with their play calling and more diverse.
Absolutely, yeah, and we'll see how the fan bases respond to it. But we have definitely had our fair share of highlight plays from both offense and the defense. That first game, there were some incredible interceptions as well as touchdowns.
Good look there at the play call that has just come in from the fans. It'll be a toss. They'll keep things on the ground and spun down just shy of the 25-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down from Terrell West. Fans, don't forget, you can get your official FCF merchandise. There is so much gear to purchase. First, we'll show you this second look at West moving up the field and able to pick up the first down. But we're talking merch here. Shop now to receive 20% off your game day purchase. Code is GameDay20. Scan this QR code or head to store.fcf.io to get your FCF gear today.
If you're just joining us, we've been talking about it all morning, but if you want to call plays, every single play you see on the field called by fans. So what you do is you go over to fcf.io, you decide which team you want to be a fan of, and then you download that app. It'll serve you situational plays, and the most votes is the play they run.
Wonder who thought of this play. Dees X could be one of the founders. Patrick Dees, he might like it. Touchdown! Oh, that works. Jedediah Lewis and the Knights of Degen are on the board. Their first touchdown in franchise history.
Dees X, pretty good play call, I guess.
Dees X, Degen, touchdown. KOD trailing 8-6. 27-yard hookup, and that's a nice bounce-back effort for Ed Crouch after the fumble.
Yeah, absolutely. What a response. You're going to get Yeti going down the seam and taking this post across the field. Great job by Crouch throwing him open, right? As a quarterback, you always have to find that open area that you can get your receiver to that is maybe not exactly what the route was supposed to do. He does a great job of finding that open area, and Yeti sprints to it and catches it in the back of the end zone. Very good job. Very nice hookup by those two.
Beautiful pass.
2-point opportunity ahead. Ed Crouch will work with Terrence Williams, new to the Fan Control Football League this week. The former Cowboys receiver was an important option for the Dallas squad back in the time of Miles Austin, Des Bryant, and getting an opportunity here.
Very, very, very talented.
It is college football at Baylor, and he'll try and tack on 2 points. Trying to look for separation, and hauls that one in. That's a professional catch right there. The defender draped all over him, and he dragged it home.
I mean, you see the skill level, right, where he runs the route and the defender plays well, but you throw it to a position where your receiver can get it. He jumps up with the defender all over him and snags it out of there. Very good job by him, making sure he makes that play and gets two.
A good start. We're tied at 8. Ed Crouch bringing KOD back, going downfield. Lewis makes it happen. Getting started here in our second game. We'll step aside and return after this. Visit progressive.com. 8 all to start, 14:47 to go, first half. Bored Ape and DeAndre Francois, top overall pick in our draft, take the field, and that one incomplete. Looking for Maurice Thomas. We just talked about Terrence Williams making a pro catch. DeAndre Francois brings that pro quarterback feel.
Oh, without question. There's not a throw on this field that he cannot get to. He does a great job with placement of the ball, even on this throw, right, where he gets on the edge, and the KOD defense gives him a zone defense, and he tries to find an open area to throw the ball low and outside so his receiver can make the catch. Doesn't make it on that play, but those are the type of throws you're going to be able to see. Ball placement is so important, especially in this smaller arena, and DeAndre Francois is one of the best in this league.
He really is. He came by the show last night, the FCF show, and he's just such a great guy. Talked about how he and Jameel teamed up over the offseason, trained together, worked on their chemistry. Now, of course, drafted to do different teams for week 1. But also he's got a 5-month-old baby. Just a really great story.
Brings some added perspective to the whole football journey here with a young family, as there's a tackle from behind. The handoff went to Jacoby Baker. He was ripped down, bit of a clothesline there as he tried to move upfield.
It's a great job by Nate Breeson, making sure he sets the edge and then he disengages and makes the clothesline tackle, I might add. But very good job, because he sets the edge and forces the running back to take the ball vertical, and then he comes off and makes the play itself. Usually you set the edge and allow your linebacker to scrape over the top to help, but he did it all by himself. Very good job.
Good look at Jacoby Baker on the other side, the super back. Goes 5'10", 195 out of Florida State College at Jacksonville. Originally a defensive back. They've converted him to super back, and that's the story for a couple of athletes in this league. If you want an opportunity, you may have to change positions to find a way onto the field. Now 3rd and 7. Board Ape trying to respond. Francois, all kinds of daylight, and then runs into 2 Knights of Degen defenders who wrestle him to a stop. It's Keith Wainwright coming across. Fans, if you like what you're seeing inside this custom venue here at Pullman Yards, come out and join us. Get your tickets today. Come watch the Fan Control Football live and in person. FCF.Tixer.com is the spot to secure your seat here.
And what a venue. You know, there's $20 general admission tickets. It's affordable. You can bring family. And then the high-level seats are these incredible boxes like the one we're in, hanging over the over the field. It's an amazing view.
It really does get you closer to the action than anywhere else. 4th down now. 1 to go on the 19-yard line. So you get a good look at some of those suites and the good times being had there. So where does Francois and the Board Ape crew go? We'll play. It's back to DZX. That worked out well last time it was called for Knights of Degen. Does it work here for Board Ape? Francois eludes the rush, steps up, loads it up, downfield, end zone. Incomplete, some contact there in the end zone. Officials say no call, and KOD's defense holds for the moment.
I mean, that's like we talked about. DeAndre Francois has the ability to get to just about any throw on the field. He does a great job of going right. He sees there's nothing there. He protects the ball and finds an open receiver, and the receiver jumps and is pushed out of the air. I mean, that looks about as. I mean, the ball's still not there, and he's being tackled out of the air. That's pass interference. It's safe to say that's pass interference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These officials are letting them play street ball. You know,
yes. In a second, we're going to see a guy run off the wall. That's tough.
Yeah. Chat, as you can expect, as you might think, not happy with the no call there.
Don't forget, flags come into play sometimes to signify that the coaching staff is going to be using a power up. And so we'll see what the referee says.
We're going to use the Wendy's flip the field. Your 1st down and 10.
And there you have it. Wendy's flip the field. It's FCF's version of the punt. So rather than give the opposition some good field position, you put them back where you were stuck. And now you'll see KOD come on and take over on a 1st and 10. And it looks like their own 10.
That's an example of maybe the fan base not all being on the same page. It was a 4th and 1. All they needed was 1 yard to get that 1st down and deep pass, risky pass into the end zone. Maybe not the best call in that situation.
The power-ups there denoted it on your screen. Just beneath each team name, you see those 3 icons. And so now Board Ape has used their flip the field. The arrow's going in 2 different directions, so that one is off the board. They still have their power play and their progressive 5th down. KOD with all of their power-ups still left at their disposal. Right, so Degen back to work on offense and back to Terrell West. Running right and taken down prior to the 20. Under 10 minutes to go now, first half. 8-8 KOD and Board 8 Football Club. And our fan base is determined to establish the run here. They continue to try and find that right balance.
Yeah, I think it's very important that you find a way to run the ball, because that's when your play action and different things like that allow for your receivers to run a little bit more freely. You know, underrated part of this experience for fans that are getting a chance to call the plays, I think, is the human aspect, right? For coaches, they call plays, and the players don't do exactly what they want them to do, and the coaches are pulling their hair out, and they get blamed. Well, for fans, now they see, well, they're not going to always do exactly what I want, right? It's a human element. Maybe you fall down. Maybe you run the wrong route. Maybe you just don't do the right thing, you know. And so I think that's a great experience for fans to understand that in games, unforeseen things could happen, and it's because of the human element.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some video game elements to this, but it's very much live football, real humans trying to make those plays happen. Ed Crouch from McPherson College. FCF fans remember his heroics a season ago. Coming on to spell Dirty Dude and making big plays for the Wild Aces. And now has all kinds of daylight. 25-20 and pushed out of play prior to the 15.
When you have the ability to run the ball, you're always a threat. It's a big, giant hole that opens up in the defense, and then he goes and gets as much as he can.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that in season 1 when all the play calls were pushing the receivers and the DBs down the field. A lot of running from the quarterbacks.
Jeff, let's do some crowdsourcing. Twitch chat, if you're a Board 8 fan here, let us know who number 6 is on the Board 8 Football Club defensively here. We've had some jersey changes, and we'd love to give that guy a shout out. Made some plays.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked and have not gotten a response yet, but I'm sure power of the crowd, power to the fans.
There's a young FCF fan enjoying it all. Maybe not playing along just yet on the app, understandably so. So 7:17 to go, first half. Second of 4 games on the day. KOD, Board 8. 2 members of the Ballers Collective. West going downfield, draws a crowd, still rumbling, and inside the 10. Would not be denied.
What a run by Ingram West. Does a great job of stretching this play as much as he can. Stretch, 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 and then he finds a seam, hits it, and then shoulder pads down. Very good job. Drive the legs, and pick up just a little bit extra. That's going to get the fans extremely excited about him, and they're going to draft him early and early if he can continue to run the ball like that.
I'm so glad you brought up drafts, right? We have our next draft coming up this Wednesday, and Jeff, you talked about it in our first game. If you are a fan of any of these teams and you don't like the way your team has been assembled, through the first 3 weeks, you redraft. You have a chance to draft someone new. Also, all 4 NFT squads are going to get their first franchise tag opportunities this Wednesday. So big opportunities to change your squad.
It's so cool because it's one of the reasons to watch the other games on Saturday. You got your team, you're calling the plays for your team, you're rooting for your team, but you're also scouting players in all the other teams that may make your squad next week. You may want to keep your eye on players to draft when Wednesday rolls around.
You don't got to wait till free agency.
No, you
don't got to wait. You can get them next week.
That's right.
We move that quick here in the FCF. Inside the progressive blue zone now. Here's Crouch. A first and goal from the 8. Back to West. Flag flies as West tries to move downfield, and that one came in quickly. So after a flag-free opening match, by and large, we've seen a couple here.
They just don't believe in pass interference, I think.
Pass interference has been eliminated from the FCF.
Offside on the defense, even the neutral zone, the whole snap. Number 99, half this is the goal. We'll replay first down.
Valentine called for that one. And it's interesting here because you're inside the progressive blue zone, and still early potentially to use your progressive fifth down, but that penalty puts you half the distance to the goal line. So you'd almost wonder how much closer can you get. You think here Knights of Degen will try and score in a conventional way here and save some of those power-ups.
Yeah, the way that Ingram West has been running the ball, I mean, this is a perfect opportunity for him. Just get him the ball and see what he can do, right? He's found the right hole. He's hit the right seam every single time, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't do the same on this opportunity. Also, Crouch in the read option game. If you get the read option game, because 12 has run the ball so well, he can sneak around the edge and almost walk in the end zone.
One last second change here. Tight end Joe Grogan coming on now for Knights of Degen.
I love his podcast.
That's Grogan, the tight end.
Pardon
Yes,
me. I make that mistake.
Love his podcast.
So now up to the 4-yard line, 1st and goal for KOD. Crouch rolling right, sees a lane, walks it in. Easy money for Ed Crouch. Four-yard scamper for Crouch. 14-8 lead for Knights of Degen.
For anybody that watched the previous game, right, that's what we're calling for. When you get the sprint out, attack the edge immediately, and it creates a lot of opportunities for you either to throw the ball or run the ball. Very good job. Get the ball and sprint, 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 sprint. Stick your foot in the ground and get in the end zone. Very good job by Crouch, knowing the situation, knowing where he is on the field, and making sure he gets his team in the end zone. And you know, you got to get into that Wendy's and make sure you show who scored the touchdown. It's me, it's Crouch.
That's right.
2-point opportunity here. Treval Calvin.
Our good friend Willy Wonka going out to
Yeah.
make a play, call the play.
Offer somebody an everlasting gobstopper.
Everlasting gobstopper. Outstanding.
We told you about the Wednesday night drafts. We also have our man-up challenges, new format this year, King of the Hill battle, 2 20-minute halves, and it really sped things up. It brought great energy to those man-up battles.
So fun.
Also tested the fitness and the fatigue levels. As here's Crouch, good move by Calvin, and he's there for 2.
Great route.
What a route.
That's in for 2. Knights of Degen ahead of Board 8 Football Club, 16-8. First half action here, 4:09 to go. We will take a timeout and come back with the Board 8 crew on offense. We're back to Pullman Yards after this. Today's game is brought to you by Link2. Private investing made simple. 16-8, KOD in front of Board 8. Board 8 back to the attack on the run and hammered into the wall. There's a flag as Baker took the brunt of that. Flag on the play after Baker was hammered into that wall.
Holding on the offense. The opponents declined because the play did not gain yards. It's 2nd down, small foul.
Holding foul. You could be sure Jacoby Baker is saying anything for me, getting smashed into that wall, but not the case.
In the chat, HODL CEO is giving a lot of love to the drone cam operator.
Yeah, he's doing a very good job. He's very impressive.
Yeah.
He flies in between these small crevices, and look at him. He's just everywhere. Look at him. Just
So
flowing
cool.
and flowing. In between players, never bumping into anything. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, the cruising in between linemen as they're walking back to the huddle that I saw last Saturday was next level.
Yeah, he's doing a good job for sure.
I like it when it flies backstage and like zooms around the facility. So neat.
3:23 running clock until we get to a minute left. KOD leading Board 8 16-8. Told you about the draft coming this Wednesday. Things are going to change in this league when we get to week 4. The first 3 weeks, very much a feeling out process. How are you building your team? Who do you want franchise tagged? How are you going to assemble a roster week to week? And then you're going to start to see some real continuity build around these squads for the back half of the season into the postseason. Francois, wide open. able to convert up to the 20 and then across midfield. And that was an excellent connection there to Isaiah King.
Just old school football, drop back and throw a curl. Very good job by DeAndre Francois getting the play action and driving this curl right on the face mask. DeAndre Francois, we were talking about how we were kind of surprised that he was not franchise tagged, at least early, and it looks like he's going to try to put his skills on display to make sure that, hey, I am a franchise-worthy player after he was so good last year.
A number 1 overall pick, though, you know, it feels like he's next in line.
No, that one I think boggled everyone's minds on Wednesday night. No knock on those who were franchise tagged, but the way he played last season, you thought he'd be a pick. I'd be truly stunned. When you have 8 teams that are going to franchise tag this Wednesday, it's a near impossibility that he doesn't get tagged this week.
And last season, and not only that, the test run that we did last week, he was exceptional. I mean, it didn't miss a throw. It seemed like he was very, very good. And like you said, this week I'm pretty sure he's first in line to get franchise tagged. Got to lock him down.
Wolfpack underground. The play call comes in under 2 minutes to go, first half. Francois facing pressure, escapes, steps up, complete to the 10. Oh, they say last second King couldn't hang on. He looked to have that secured, and then it popped loose.
Incomplete pass, but no fault of DeAndre Francois. I mean, did you see like the ability to maneuver and keep eyes downfield? Got him. Nope, I'm going this way. Sorry. And then he turns. Oh, open guy. Drive right in his stomach, safe where you want the ball. Unable to hang on, but a very talented throw by DeAndre Francois.
The positioning of that pass.
Yeah, remember we talked about ball placement. Ball placement is so important, and that's, I think, one of DeAndre Francois' best traits. He has the big arm, he has the legs, but his ball placement, I think, is very important, and you saw it on full display right there.
Tough catch to make, but I think King's got to come down with that.
And you know he'll want that one back. Had hands on it going to the ground. Now with 1 minute remaining, we fall into our 1 minute timing rules after speeding through the first 19 minutes of this first half. And OG commish corner, presumably in honor of Ray Austin. 2-man rush. Francois stands in, and that one is knocked away. Was trying to spot Tommy Auger in the end zone, the tight end, but excellent help in coverage there from Kevin Petit-Frere.
That's the mismatch that you're going to see a lot of teams use. The tight end on a more of a defensive lineman-linebacker hybrid. That ball needs to be just a bit more outside and above. You want to try to place it so the tight end can catch it maybe a bit early from the defensive lineman. But we've seen that the referees are going to call it tight. They're going to allow these guys to play, so that ball needs to be put a little further outside.
Way to get his hands up, though.
I mean, that's a defensive lineman chasing down the field. That's a tough thing to do. I mean, it's not his trade of choice, I would say.
Exactly.
You know, you don't see too many 90s running 25 yards down the field trying to make a play on the ball. But, I mean, look at me. I wore number 98. You don't see too many 98s dropping back and passing. So I mean,
almost never.
Almost never.
Francois in trouble. Hit as he throws. Gets it free. Intercepted. Tipped up and taken back. Shelton Lewis. And then he is tackled beyond the 5-yard line. That was up for grabs in the end zone, and Lewis at a Florida Atlantic University comes up with the grab.
How about that defensive play? Good pressure on the quarterback. Still a very good throw with pressure in the face. Gets hit as he's throwing. But the defender just out-battles the receiver for the ball and then comes up, tips it to himself, and makes the – wow.
Wow, great catch.
Wow. And then has the mind to get up and try to run it back as well. That's impressive.
That was intended for Colin Andrews, and Shelton Lewis, other ideas, takes that one away.
Wow.
Yeah, beautiful. Just steps in front, denies the catch, and then makes that juggling reception. We've been seeing some highlight reel stuff already this morning.
Yeah.
Or this afternoon, I should say.
So KOD after the takeaway. They'll go back on offense here with 45 seconds left in this first half, looking to build on their 16-8 lead. This play under official review. I think it's fairly clear cut here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question that, first of all, he was a bit behind, right? He's behind the receiver. He makes
After
up
the fans
ground.
have voted, the ruling of an interception is confirmed. Touchback.
Touchback. Oh, he's down by contact is what they're saying.
So they don't let him take that one out, and instead, it actually works to their advantage if
Yeah.
they are going to rule it that way, because he only got to the 5. They'd now get to the 10, where the ball is spotted. And it's interesting that that went to a fan vote, because there's no universe in which that should not be ruled an interception.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we can trust the fans. They're taking care of business here on some of the obvious ones.
Absolutely.
Ed Crouch and KOD now back to work late first half. He unloads, finds Lewis, and to the 20. And big opportunity here, Devin, for Jedediah Lewis. Did not ever really get on track in season 1. No catches a year ago, but he has looked sharp early.
I'm just telling you, he's going to get on track in this season. He does a great job of sitting in the middle of the zone. The Board Apes are playing a zone. He sits down in the middle, and then this is where he's going to make his money. The ability to run after catch and make guys miss in the open field is going to be very important for him. It's a good thing to see him back and able to make a play.
Lewis, strong career at Sam Houston State. Nearly 4,000 reception yards there. 29 touchdowns. Was the Southland Conference Offensive Player of the Year back in 2016. So he has put up consistent numbers and now getting a chance here in season 2.0. Our fans checking in.
Calling plays.
The suites here, yep, dialing in.
We didn't do a percentage of the camera pans and we see the fans. Who are the people who are this on their phones? Or who are the people who are on their phones calling plays?
Yeah, no, that's.
Some of us just scroll Instagram, but some of us call plays on our phone.
And some of us do both.
Terrell West. And moving to about midfield with 30 seconds left in this first half. We'll see the clock stop after every play the rest of the way.
I think it's important to note that run plays that once again are not off the table just because of the nature of the clock stopping right away no matter what happens on the play. So you can see that the fans for KOD are saying, hey, we're going to try to run the ball with our talented running back as well and allow our quarterback to stay in his rhythm with the run and pass and the run and pass and now maybe take a shot over the top to Yeti.
And even if you're not a declared fan of either of these two teams, you can still play along. You can still call plays, try to predict what the fan bases of those teams select, and you earn fan IQ for doing that. So it continues the gamification, allows you to go up those leaderboards, all for downloading the app and registering at fcf.io.
KOD just subbed in 2 tight ends, right? 2 tight ends to create maybe a mismatch or two running down the field where the center may be singled up and be the only blocker. Let's wait and see. There it goes.
Crouch fakes the handoff, and you're right. Crouch has all day to fire. And that is incomplete. Trying to go down the sideline. Defense is there from the Board 8 Football Club and Roman Tatum.
I love what KOD did there, but the Board 8s left the middle of the field wide open. I would have loved to see someone getting across the middle to help kind of space the field a bit more. You got 2 guys in the same area to the top of your screen. But I love the idea of leaving the superback in to block and allowing him to help the one-on-one center and nose guard and get those extra tight ends and create those mismatches with defensive ends on tight ends.
Remember, these defensive groups, in this case, the defense you're looking at for the Board 8 Football Club is the shutdown squad. They're a package unit. We saw them earlier today. Knights of Degen, their offensive line tight end crew. Block Party is the name of their group. They're drafted as units. You can make those selections this Wednesday to decide to put them on your team. And every group gets drafted twice. They play in 2 games a day.
How about that young fan of FCF? Just train them young. Train them up young, train them up right.
Well, nice guy Eddie coming up.
22 seconds to play, first half. Crouch won't get away this time, trying to keep his feet, and Dak Champion would not be denied.
It's the problem with nice guy Eddie. You got a lot of not nice guys on the other side of the ball.
Dak Champion, one of them.
Devin did not like that one. He gave me the side eye on that one.
No.
They won't all be winners. You just got to put them out there, Jeff. It's okay.
We throw a lot at the wall.
Yeah.
Let's see what sticks.
You see what sticks, right? Week 1.
Coaches rave about Dak Champion. Quick, explosive, think he has that next level potential. Played at Southern. You see the size, 6 foot 290.
I think Jedediah Lewis, number 80 in blue in the slot, it's a target you have to try to get to. It looks like they're going to leave him singled up on the safety, and I think that he's a great option to get 14.
This is a 4th down now, 4th and 14.
There he goes.
On the 17.
Oh, no!
Falls down, back on his feet. They go a different direction. Tipped and intercepted. Taken away by the Board 8 Football Club. That's Jim Jones. Down at the 15.
Defense all day long.
And this was all spurred on. You called it.
Man.
Lewis falls down and everything fell apart.
Absolutely. They were trying to get to Lewis, and I think they would have had him, but then you got to try to create, and a very good job by Jim Jones making sure he gets the ball. What a play from a linebacker, right? Flying down the middle of the field and then showing his running backing abilities.
Throwing that ball into a lot of traffic,
A lot of traffic. That's the thing, when things fall apart, you can't make a bad play worse, and you've seen that. That's the second time for Crouch, where early in the game he has the fumble snap in the end zone, and he tries to create and then gives up a touchdown, and now you put the Board Apes in a position to try to get points before the half.
Some of our fans joining us here inside Pullman Yards in our production facility, home to fan-controlled football season 2.0. No bad seat in the house.
Nope.
No bad seats, but some really good seats.
Yes.
Really, really good. Some are a little better than others. I like to say that we have pretty good seats.
Oh, yeah. It's incredible.
Looks like we're going to see a power-up call here. They have the power-up board out. It's Coach Sean Liotta talking with the officials. Take you right field level here.
Look at that.
Watch out, referee. Right through.
I mean, that is
The
incredible.
control.
If you don't even like football, you're just a drone enthusiast. Stop by, right? We're just
Exactly.
If you like drone angles, we'll just give you that all day as well. We have a timeout on the field right now.
At some point, we just need to use this. We have an extra headset up here. We should just have the drone come prop itself right up here.
Yeah.
And then we give the drone the headset and we talk to the drone. I think that'd be good.
Got to interview
That'd
the
be
drone.
good. Yeah, just interview the drone because, I mean, the skill that it's putting on display here is outstanding.
I heard that the drone will give us some good buzz.
Oh.
All right. I can't tell if you're trending upward or downward right now, Jeff Canada.
Hey,
There's more where this
see
came
what
from.
sticks. See what sticks.
We cannot flip the field if you get an interception. It's first down, the Apes at the 15-yard line going in.
Yeah, I thought that's what was going on. They wanted to get to flip the field, but you already intercepted the ball, and they wanted to try to give the Board Apes the worst field position, but that's not going to happen. They're going to have the ball from the 15 with, I would imagine, one play.
And props to the rest for holding the line. These coaches, they'll try and pressure test that rule book to see what they can get away with.
Hey, no, it's right here in the fine print.
So Board 8, 1st and 10 on the 15 here after the pick. Big chance to try and draw even.
Motion to see what coverage you're getting. You're going to get man-to-man. Bit of safety.
Here's Francois. Takes it himself. Tries to escape. Fumble. Ball pops loose. Taken away by KOD. A lateral. How dangerous, but they're able to hang on. Trying to bring that one back as time expires here. That could have been catastrophic had they fumbled the recovery. Instead, we pull into halftime with Knights of Degen in front 16-8.
Wow. That was an odyssey in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the most adventurous 5 seconds of my life. I mean, you get the run, and then you get the fumble, and you get the pitch back, and so much to unpack.
A play in 3 acts right there as we have come to halftime. It's Knights of Degen 16, Board 8 Football Club 8. FCF Season 2.0 is underway, and we're back to Atlanta after this. Halftime here at Pullman Yards. Knights of Degen leading Board 8 football club 16-8. One reason KOD playing so well. Quarterback Ed Crouch, 1 passing TD, 1 rushing TD. He's standing by with Liv Moots.
Ed Crouch, you had some awesome, outstanding moments on offense, 2 touchdowns, couple turnovers. You're a huge leader on this team, crucial for their success. What's your mindset going into half?
We're going to come out with the same energy as the first half. We got to communicate a little more and just stay together and just focus and let everything go that's happened in the first half, and let's try to make something better in the second half.
You're a former champion. Congratulations,
Yes,
by the way.
thank you.
What can the fans expect to see differently from you this season? How have you grown?
Just better decisions and just leading more and being more vocal with the players and that.
I've loved seeing your leadership in this game. Best of luck to you and good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Liv. Let's look back at our first half highlights here between KOD and Board 8 Football Club. And, well, it didn't start off great for Ed Crouch.
It actually started off extremely bad. It's about as bad as it could start off, with a fumble in the end zone and a touchdown for the Board 8. But shortly thereafter, he got himself going and got back to the championship form that he displayed a year ago with this outstanding throw to young Yeti.
So he got it in gear, and nothing says, hey, let me make up for my fumble here by coming back with the dime, and then I'll take it myself.
And I'll use my legs to get in the end zone and then hit a beeline straight to the Wendy's celebration corner.
Late here, first half, and they just try and keep the pressure up, but credit Board 8 Football Club. They keep this from going from bad to worse with the pick.
Yeah, he tries to layer the ball, and usually when you throw it, you take the conviction out of your throw. It almost always turns into an interception for the defense, and that's what you saw there. It looks and coming in the second half, I'm sure that he's going to be able to throw with more conviction. And remember, on that last play that we just watched, it was an opportunity for him to get Yeti. The sphere that we're in it's amazing to be a part of, and it's only going to get better, right? The more people that know, the more people that find out and buy their tickets and understand the opportunity of being right above the action. I just think it can only get better from here.
Yeah, we kind of think things might pick up for our evening session when a couple of guys named Johnny Manziel and Terrell Owens suit up for the Zappers.
Aoki concert.
Not to mention Steve Aoki. DeAndre Francois, as he's going down, that ball pops loose. No whistle yet. Hot potato, who wants it? And it looks like Board 8 will recover. Maurice Thomas hangs on after about 6 guys had a crack at it.
Were you worried the end of the first half was the only wacky play we were going to get? Well, let's start the second half with one.
You know, one thing that when you first start playing football, right, when you haven't played for a little while, ball security is always something that you have to worry about. And DeAndre Francois, that's 2 times where he's coughed the ball up and given the opportunity for the other team to get the ball back. He's going to say he thinks he's down. That ball is coming out for sure. Luckily, it works in his favor because it's fumbled forward, and they're able to recover it because the KOD defense.
What do they say? Fall on the ball.
I mean, he's trying to get in the end zone. He wants to get in the end zone. He saw Stigger's performance a game ago, and he's like, man, I got to be a defensive MVP.
Trying to go for the highlight. We appreciate it. We get it. Instead, it advances actually better than what Board 8 thought they might get, and sets up a 1st and 10 at the 19.
Just like the fans drew it up.
Yeah, that one was not in the app. The old fumble. Who wants it?
The fumble Husky?
Francois now. Played his college ball at Florida State before moving over to Hampton. Now a chance here with the Board 8 Football Club for this week. Remember, he is potential franchise tag or draftee come this Wednesday. And he will hand off now. Looking for Baker. Baker finding space. Touchdown! Jacoby Baker, a blur.
Shot out of a cannon.
Someone hit the turbo button.
A blur is extremely right. That was obviously the finish is amazing, but how about the patience where he slow play, and then finds the hole and explodes and all the way to the end zone.
19 yards on the ground. And Board 8 now a conversion away from tying this game at 16 here, early stages, second half.
Got a tight end on the man-up opportunity.
Coach Jenks, of course, available in a variety of fruit flavors.
Here's Darren Daudell. Go a little tight end action here, as you noted, and DeAndre Francois will work with the tight end, so we get a little big man matchup here. Keith Wainwright defending. Daudell almost fell down, hangs on, juggling reception for Darren Daudell, the returner from season 1. And we're tied at 16.
He just put his big old paws out there and hold that in.
Yeah, it's a nice job of pushing vertical, sticking and getting out of his break. Almost falls down, but he must have extra large hands because he's swallowing that ball.
Yeah.
Atlanta native getting a chance to play in front of the home crowd. You get to see the athleticism, not only of the tight ends in this league, but also the linebackers. We saw some defensive line type folks try and get out in coverage as well. Everyone's got to be able to do a little bit of everything.
You know, the linemen always wonder, why can't we participate in 7-on-7? Well, come to fan control football, you can.
1st and 10 for Crouch. Throwing on the run, tipped up, picked off, taken away by the Bored Ape crew. It's Marquise Kane with eyes on the end zone. He'll be taken down at the 10. Someone lost a shoe. Marquise Kane.
He's going all the way to the other end.
They're going to get their celebration in.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, we flipped the field here too, so they're going to have to be down this end anyway. It all leads to the Wendy's Hot Mic booth.
It's just efficient. That's all it is.
Because of the pressure on Crouch, he was unable to get the ball out on time. Oh, I'm sorry. There was no pressure. He created that by himself because he had Jedediah wide open, screaming down the middle of the field. He gets there late. The defenders respond, and you have an interception. You can see Jedediah waiting on the ball. Defender flies in late, and Cook has a gift right in his chest. I'm sorry, Kane.
Turnovers, the story of the day so far.
Yeah. These defenses came to play, right? They saw season 1. They said, "Hey, they think this is a highlight for just offenses." Absolutely not. We're going to make some explosive plays.
A lot of folks coming in late on the Twitch stream. Just know we are watching the Twitch stream. We're seeing your comments. You can participate.
So a 39-yard return by Marquise Kane sets up this. 1st and 10 on the 11. Bored Ape looking to surge ahead. There'll be a flag.
Oh boy.
That is Slick Nick Williams jumping the gun a little bit.
Some good sportsmanship there.
Offside on the defense, number 95 with contact. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So that's the luxury you have when there's no play clock. You can go hut, 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 hut. You can do it as long as you want and get a guy off sides.
Was that a particular joy for you as a quarterback?
Oh, I loved it. It was called purple when I was playing it. We got purple, which means no play, and we would still have people jump on off sides regardless. I mean, believe it or not, somehow we know that purple's no play. Where are you going? Why am I getting you off sides? But
so
it was always
so
fun.
your own teammates are jumping off sides?
Oh, without question. What are we doing? How are we getting false start penalties when we didn't call a play? It's ridiculous, but it was always so much fun. Set. Blue 80. Wait a minute. Guys, I'm not hiking the ball. Back up. Defense?
That's funny.
Yeah, but it was always so interesting. Like, why are you jumping off? Why are we getting false starts? I didn't call a play.
They're anxious to do nothing.
Anxious to do nothing.
Inside the Progressive Blue Zone now with a 1st and 5 after the penalty. Baker reversing field. Look at this opening. Cuts it back outside. Takes the long way around for 6.
Beautiful.
Can't say it enough. The patience of Baker is extremely impressive. Gets behind those big offensive linemen and scampers in the end zone. What a job by him. I mean, that's back-to-back runs. Extremely impressive vision, not to mention the burst to get in the end zone.
You could see it as soon as he made that decision to cut back. It's just wide open to the end zone.
And Jacoby Baker taking over now. Back-to-back touchdown runs, 19 yards first, now 6 yards. And Board Ape in this half currently outscoring KOD 14-0, looking to add 2 more.
That's clearly a KOD fan. Not happy.
Did you just call them whiners?
Not happy about what's going on. Just crying tears of sorrow.
Looking for 2 more. Little stumble, this will be tough. And tipped away. There's Tingy Hill there on the defensive end.
Yeah, DeAndre Francois was like, what happened?
Yeah.
Well, you know, sometimes, you know, I'm tired, you know. I just ran that great run, ran a bunch of yards left to right, and I lost my footing.
Second look, Hill there with the right, bats it away, but otherwise everything clicking for the Board Ape Football Club. They're in front 22-16 here. Second half action. We return to Atlanta after this. Pullman Yards, the home for fan-controlled football, and Board Ape leading Knights of Degen 22-16. Back-to-back turnovers for KOD. They'll try and turn things around here. Jeff Canada, Devin Gardner, Liv Moods, Greg Meskel here with you. Ed Crouch back to work. Takes it himself. Takes a hit, a pop there, and out of play. Deshaun Benton coming across to lower the shoulder, but enough for a first down.
One of the oldest plays in the playbook, the old student body left. Right, get everybody on one side and you take the ball and you run right there. Very good job on a first down and way to finish the run, right? Trying to get himself going, get himself back ingratiated into the game. Good blocking on the edge by the wide receivers as well.
I saw that entire play develop in the chat. Folks talking about let, crouch, run.
Replay there courtesy of Great Clips. Under 15 minutes to go. Second half, second of 4 on the day. Season opener here for Fan-Controlled Football 2.0.
And if you're watching on one of our broadcast partners on NBCLX or DAZN, get that app. Second screen experience.
Yeah, if you're wondering where are these plays coming from and how are people doing it, the FCF app is the answer to those questions.
As you saw on the screen, it was an option for all the receivers. You can either run a hitch at 5 yards or you can run streaks down the field. With soft coverage, you obviously want to turn that to a hitch, and so that's Yeti and the quarterback Crouch not on the same page quite, right? Not knowing exactly when they're going to turn. Yeti wanted to push him a few more yards down the field, and Crouch wanted to get him the ball early and allow him to be in space.
.44 left here, second half, 22-16 on a day where defense has ruled so far through 1.5 games. 22-16, the Board Ape Football Club in front.
Just want to highlight one other quick comment. Zeliog says, great announcers extend their contracts.
That works
How
for me.
about that? How about that?
That's not you, Jeff, on some burner account, is it?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you.
Crouch gives off to West, and he is ripped down. How about the combined efforts of the Board Ape crew? Austin Jones, a.k.a. Bobby Boucher. More than the water boy out here.
How do you stop the read option? You have to be stout in the middle with your nose guard, and the defensive end has to be sound, making sure he forces the quarterback to give the ball, and then he can fall in and help the nose guard. Very good job by the Board Ape defense, creating confusion and forcing Crouch to give that ball with nowhere to go for the running back.
So bring up a 3rd and 11 now. Still plenty of time. Yes, the clock is running, but as we've learned so far, especially when you get late in the game under 1 minute, that can really stretch out the contest. And so a lot of opportunity here for KOD to battle back. Still have all their power-ups, by the way. Haven't used any of them. Crouch throwing on the run. There's Lewis, the speedster. He is upended and then hammered out of bounds. And Benton again, he has come to deliver some big hits.
There you see some of our fans who are leading the passing yards. You can accrue your own stats. You are as vital as a fan. You are as vital as the players. Calling the plays. And we see Sir Doom there at the top of the pack. And here, of course, for the Knights of Degen, Cad Tritchie, I'm going to say. Okay.
Coach Ritchie. Coach Ritchie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Coach Ritchie.
Coach Ritchie.
The font got
That
me.
old did look like a D.
The
That
font got me.
old did look like a D.
I got fonted.
Yes. They fonted you.
And that's that real-time feedback, and that'll continue to progress as we go. Also, the fan IQ numbers are going to be so much fun to dig into as the season goes on and find out who our overall best fans are. Isn't that the fun of this league as well? Not only will you have a team that wins a championship, but you have a fan who can say, I'm the smartest fan in this league.
And FCF is all about competition, right? You got the man-up challenges. You got all these different things where you can compete, and the fans can compete as well.
4th down and 1. There's a flag. Looks like that hard count might have drawn an offsides by Crouch.
And a first down.
Offsides on the defense, number 99. It's a 5-yard penalty. That rolls on a first down.
Able to lure Trevante Valentine across the line, and good stuff here from Crouch to pick up the first down.
And those hard counts, those purple calls, I think we should make sure we keep a note. How many times will the offensive line get a penalty on those hard counts? We need to see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a thing, in case you guys were wondering. It's a thing.
There's the bling on Coach Jenks now.
Yeah. Coach Jenks and his amazing Technicolor dream coat.
Man.
Interesting. He's the overall head coach, so doesn't he get a ring no matter what happens?
Like, it looks like he knows that he's on the camera.
Oh, he
He
knows.
like pulls his
knows.
coat back, puts the hand on the hip,
Hey,
let the
it's
ring
coming.
show. I mean, wow. What a dresser.
And we were talking about the fan stats, and you know, the vision for this league has always been that fans would get drafted to teams just as much as players. You want the best fans, the fans with the highest IQ.
Can help your team be all the more successful. Crouch thought handoff. Instead, he'll try touchdown.
Yeah.
– 12-yard run for Ed Crouch, and KOD back in the mix. They've tied this at 22 with a chance to go in front. Under 10 to play now in the second half.
Plays like those are why Crouch was able to win a championship a year ago. You can see there, he's supposed to give that ball. He makes a mistake. He says, you know what, I'll just follow exactly where I should have given the ball to the running back, and ends up in the end zone. Very good job by him improvising when you make a mistake. And earlier we saw him make bad plays worse. That time he made a bad play much better.
How much latitude in that quarterback role do you have to try and clean up something maybe of your own doing?
Well, I'm just going to tell you, I was in the quarterback room with Denard Robinson, who was the fastest man alive as far as I was concerned. I was never going to get a chance to play. And Coach Rodriguez, our head coach, his rules were a lot different for every quarterback. Devin, if it's close, give it. Denard, if it's close, or even if you think the running back might be able to get yards, you still keep it. it was crazy. It's like, wait, I can't. No. If it's close, Devin, you get it.
That's when option is a little stronger word than it was.
Yeah.
Crouch for Lewis for 2, going down to get it. The conversion is there. Officials sync up. They nod the head because Jedediah Lewis has the grab, and KOD is in front, 24-22.
That's a very nice throw. We've raved about DeAndre Francois' ball placement, but how about this ball placement here? Not a bunch of separation, but get the ball low and away and allow your receiver to trap the ball just before going out of bounds. Very good job by Crouch.
That was one where it feels like the DB needs to get their head around and see the ball coming in.
24-22. 9:45 left, second half. Live look at this custom-built production facility inside Pullman Yards, Atlanta, Georgia. The home once again for fan-controlled football. So glad to have you here as we get season 2.0 underway. And now we're back to it with the Board 8 Football Club on offense, and not much doing there on the handoff, as that was Jacoby Baker on the carry. He might be a pick. Fans, who do you think should be the Gatorade player of the game? Make your selection. Enter it exclusively in the Twitch chat now. And let us know who you think should be our Gatorade Player of the Game. We'll have some voting, and we'll share the result with you later on.
First game of the season was a defensive player. You don't see that too often.
He made a big name for himself, though.
Yeah, that one was unavoidable with the way Quantez Stiggers played in our first game. Truly special stuff.
Folks in the chat arguing for Crouch as the player. I think a solid pick there. If the game stays the way it's looking right now, 2-point game. Could go either way, but.
And Crouch working his way back, right? He started off with the fumble, lost for a touchdown. He has a couple of picks, but he's run for 2 touchdowns now, added a touchdown pass 38 yards through the air. So he started to add more to that plus column than the minus column as of late. Francois, meanwhile, just 1 of 6, 19 yards. Those are numbers that are hard to believe for such a talented passer. Maybe that changes now. It does not. A quarterback sack as the Knights of Degen showed up in numbers in the backfield. Second look courtesy of Gray Clips, and Francois ran out of time quick.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. He's trying to get the ball quick, but the KOD defense is playing man-to-man, so it was a bunch of hitch routes, and when you have those standstill routes, it's hard to make those throws. You run out of time, and there's nowhere to go.
Kevin Petit Frere out of Amityville, New York, the Amityville Horror, if you will. Guys, I can do the pun thing, too.
Oh, look at
Going
you.
against the quarterback, former D2 All-American at LIU Post. That's all merged now into one. Long Island University, the Sharks, and their football program. But a big stop there for Petit Frere.
Nothing petite about Kevin. That's for sure.
Hey, he's back. He's back. Kanata
Yes.
is back.
Yes.
Third and 17 on the 3. Board Apes in all kinds of trouble. Francois looks to navigate them down the field and out of danger. Under 7 to play, second half. Francois stepping up, has a man, and that's complete to the 15, finds Maurice Thomas. So chipping away at some of their difficulties here. Not enough for a first down just yet. We'll see where they spot the football, and that will bring up 4th down. Second look high above.
It's a good job getting on the outside and finding the opening in the zone and driving the ball in his chest. They gave him 4 progress to about the 17-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th and short.
And I love that high angle. Reminds you a little of the All-22 in traditional
Yeah.
football coaching film, but with the size of this field, it really brings you close to it.
Yeah, the All-14 is what we call it here. Hey, give me the All-14.
Sound just like Coach Jenks. Now we just need some flashy pants and some shoes.
And these games on demand, you know, we got fans looking at film, breaking down games, analyzing, getting their play calling, upping their fan IQs, you know, working like offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
Board Ape here with a 4th and 3 as they go to OZ Jesse's Whirl. They still have their progressive 5th down to use if this does not work out. Francois, that hard count. Maybe trying to draw someone off sides. They don't bite. He goes handoff, and this will bite off some yardage. Touchdown, Board Ape Football Club. It's Jacoby Baker back in the end zone. $33 yards on the ground for Baker.
Speaking of on the ground, everybody's on the ground in the end zone.
DeAndre Francois having a very uncharacteristic day. Who do you lean on? Jacoby Baker, the linebacker, over pursues, and Jacoby Baker explodes yet again.
FCF coach's scouting report on this guy labeled him sleeper potential.
Oh, it's not sleeper anymore.
It's no sleeper about the way he's playing today.
He's waking everybody up on this one, man. I think those runs, so you just feel like he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
3 touchdown runs, 19 yards, 6 yards, 33 yards. That's the latest.
We were talking a lot about most outstanding player, MVP, and we didn't even mention this young man, and he is on his way. Thank you.
Two-point conversion on the way here. Francois and Thomas. This to try and get it back to a touchdown difference. Good move off the line. Knocked away at the last second. Francois, helmet off, looking for a flag. He will approach the referee with a demonstration.
They clearly haven't been watching all day.
Yeah, Francois, if you would have come over to the booth, we could have announced to you that they're going to allow you to essentially fight on these man-up opportunities.
So it stays 28-24. Board Ape in front of KOD. Jacoby Baker heating up. We'll take a timeout and return to Atlanta after this. On the day. Second session starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. We also have a live performance by Steve Aoki tonight here at Pullman Yards. A great evening ahead as we get season 2.0 underway today in Atlanta. Terrell West trying to keep up the big efforts from the Superbacks. Crouch tries to come over for a block. West able to walk the tightrope there, and looks like he'll get enough for that first down. And KOD does pick up the first down. Second look here, courtesy of Great Clips.
How about Crouch coming back and trying to get a block? Doesn't try to kill him, right? He does a good job, gets his shoulder in the way.
Smart play.
This KOD squad, one of 4 new teams to the FCF in season 2.0, part of the Ballers Collective. A lot of names you know as part of the KOD ownership group. Football Brothers, Tiki and Rondé Barber. Jack Settleman switching alliances from a year ago. Well-known NFL reporter Cynthia Freeland and many others. So a strong group here, and their squad in a battle. Under 4.5 to play. Trailing by 4. Crouch, nowhere to go there, and he's met by a whole host of Bored Apes against the wall.
Yeah, and if you want to find out more about these ownership groups, the identities of these teams, head over to FCF.io, and you can decide which of the teams you want to be a fan for. You're able to call the plays for only the team that you have aligned yourself with. And you can find out more about all the teams at FCF.io.
Under 4 to play. Clock keeps on rolling. This is where those fan play calls, they carry so much more weight now because there's just less of an opportunity to make a play on offense. The calls that come in, they've got to be perfect. Second and 8 on the 23. They've leaned on Crouch for a lot. 6 pass attempts, 8 rush tries. He'll throw here. Thought about passing. He'll go on the run, trying to stay inbounds and drags that defender inside the 10-yard line. A good battle there. Jim Jones coming over in coverage, and Crouch would not be denied.
6 foot, 220 pounds. This is a man running down the field, and Ed Crouch shows that he is not only an accomplished passer, but a very good runner as well as he takes the KOD offense down into the progressive blue zone.
This is not a quarterback that is trying to avoid a hit, right?
He's showing it all day.
Happy to take some contact. Fan vote now for potential usage of the power play. Remember, Knights of Degen, they have held on to all 3 of their power-ups until late in the game here. So the power play, it would give them what it sounds like, a power play, a man advantage, 7-on-6. One defensive player goes off, and you keep that power play until you score a first down or the ball turns over.
I think it's a great moment to use it. It's a big impact moment, down by 4. There's a lot of time left in this game, especially with the 1-minute rule where time will stop after every down.
But this is a good opportunity, to your point, Jeff. Use these plays now.
Yeah.
Move their nose guard. The remainder of the drive is 2nd down.
So nose guard is coming off now
As
for
we've
Bored
seen-
Ape.
As we've seen with a running quarterback, You remove the nose guard and allow the edges to try to stay as stout as possible just in case he were to get off the edges. You can see Williams back at wide receiver, the accomplished football player at the next level, and he may be a target here that Crouch may want to use.
So they use the power play here. They'll still have their Wendy's flip the field, still have their progressive 5th down. If you're wondering, Board 8 Football Club, they still have their power play and their progressive 5th down. And I'd imagine we'll see these get used over the next couple of minutes here with 2:16 left. Time seems short, but as Jeff alluded to, once we get to a minute, things will extend a bit as the clock stops. But first things first, KOD in need of a score, down 4.
As you see on your screen, you got go routes, and then you got swing here.
And then you got West, and he is drilled. Deshaun Benton. He's emptied the tank on every hit today.
That was big time. I felt that one.
And it didn't feel good.
So approaching 90 seconds now. Game down 4. This is the first game in franchise history for either of these squads. Board Ape and Knights of Degen. We'll see our other 2 brand new NFT teams later on tonight to close out our day.
Fans in the chat lobbying for their play of choice. Again, we found the season 1, the fan bases that were most aligned, that focused and had a plan, were the ones that were the most successful.
Second down.
We've got our 1-minute timing rule, so the next 30 seconds, clock stops out of bounds, incomplete passes, first downs. Last 30 seconds, we stop after every play. Back to West. Flag on the play. He punches it in, but this one might be coming back. A flag is sitting at the 5-yard line after Terrell West has scored.
Everybody's probably wondering, how did he get in the end zone so clean? Probably because of the holding call.
Offsides on the defense. Number 91, he's in the neutral zone. Opponents decline. Player results in a touchdown.
So penalty declined. It's a defensive penalty against Dak Champion. They'll decline that. Touchdown stands. And KOD is in front by 2 with a 2-point conversion on the way.
I thought I saw a hold as well.
I thought I did too, but apparently not. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean,
such weird timing for that flag to come in if it was offsides.
Yeah. You can see the jersey, a bit of a tug there. Well,
I totally agree, guys, because that flag drops in at the 5, right at the contact of the defense and the offense. Seemed like a custom call for holding, but not the case. And KOD will take it because they're back in front now by 2.
Just a bit of a delayed response from the referee. He's like, oh, yeah, I forgot that guy was offside. Here you go. How about that? Forgot that guy was offside.
Sometimes it's hard to get the flag out of your pocket.
It can get stuck. It can get stuck. You're right.
Look at the ball. We haven't talked about the ball. We didn't have that last week. The new custom FCF ball looks
very nice
sharp.
ball.
2-point chance here. Terrence Williams is on. He converted earlier. And that one behind him. Difficult route. Flag on the play. A flag comes in.
What?
We've gone hours without a pass interference call. And now we will get it here.
This is going to be offsides.
Roman Tatum defending.
I'm at a loss for words. This better be offsides.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. We're going to retry for 2.
Wow.
Pass interference on the defense. You get to do it again.
Roman Tatum has been watching all day, and he's like, wait a minute.
I
thought you were allowed to do this.
I mean, compared to some of the other ones we saw, it's not even.
That wasn't much.
Oh, boy.
And again, like so many things, consistency is what people are looking for on these calls, right?
Yeah.
By the letter of the law, pass interference, yes. But given what else has transpired, I think that's what sends the chat wild and the fans wondering, wait a minute, what's going on?
The announcers, too. The announcers are going wild here.
There's really only 3 letters in the chat right now, and they're WTF.
Second opportunity now. This one works. 2-point conversion is there for Terrence Williams. And it's a 4-point lead now for KOD with 55 seconds left, 32-28.
He's going to get his inside release and then snap the slant off. It's a well-placed ball, but I'm sure Tatum is wondering, why am I doing this again? I stopped him.
If Terrence Williams looks familiar, you'll remember him with the Dallas Cowboys. 8 touchdown receptions in 2014, 840 reception yards in 2015 with the team based in Dallas. And now here in the Fan-Controlled Football League. 55 seconds left. And that's the thing here at FCF, right? That big moment just transpired, 5 seconds gone, right?
Yep. Yeah.
We still have a lot of time left for this score
we could
to
possibly
volley.
get 4 more drives.
It's very possible to come back rule, all things in play right now. As we go back to Board Ape, and DeAndre Francois looking to lead his team on the comeback. High snap, takes it himself. And he's driven out of play. Shelton Lewis, who had the pick earlier.
I love this rule, though, because it feels like this is the time that the game should get elongated, right? This is the most intense part of the game, so why stop the clock earlier and worry about, you know, the tick, tick, tick of setting the ball down? You know, I've seen a game or two where literally setting the ball down was the difference in a win or a loss. That's just ridiculous.
Well,
yeah, talk about the Cowboys, right? Dak Prescott this past year.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it's a terrible decision by the coaches, but, you know, it's, if he had these fan-controlled football rules, it wouldn't matter.
Well, and props to the FCF founders. That was a rule that was changed on the fly last year in the midst of one day of competition, because we had a scenario where the clock was running. Now, it was a very dramatic ending. It was a buzzer-beating dive into the end zone. Fun highlight, but the fans felt like, wait a minute, we need to have a chance here to stop the clock in some fashion late in the game. 47 seconds left here, 2nd and 1 on the 19. It's a 9-yard gain for Francois. He goes toss right, and as good as he has been so far, Jacoby Baker got nowhere fast on that attempt. And we'll see a timeout called with 37 seconds left.
Now,
and people may be wondering, well, why use that timeout there? In 7 seconds, you'll get the rule of 30 seconds, but you save those very important seconds so that you can get the rule.
It's the first short timeout of the half, 30-second timeout.
And this isn't a timeout-heavy league, right? Two timeouts per team, one each half. So you don't see a lot of timeouts called, and you're spot on, Devin. This is when you hang on to that timeout knowing what happens in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and I would call another one, right? If this play it ends before 30 seconds comes, I would call another one just to get one more second off the clock.
So now 37 seconds to go. Got to assume that's a Knights of Degen fan.
Yep, definitely. Knights for sure. It's a very nice.
That's Celso Prado, one of our content creators.
Yeah.
Putting together so much good content on the Twitch FCF channel. Make sure you check that out throughout the week. Wolfpack Underground, the play you've called with 3rd down and 3 to go.
Yeah, it's been a fan favorite.
Francois almost had that one intercepted. That was Keith Wainwright diving to try and pick that one off. That'll bring up 4th down.
Obviously, so much game left to go, but we just haven't seen the DeAndre Francois of old or of last week or of last season, especially here in the second half. We thought that, or I thought that he would turn it on, and he just hasn't been able to get going. Obviously, they've gotten the running game going with Jacoby Baker, but DeAndre Francois just has not been able to find his groove here late.
And we saw him last week in sync with Andrew Jamil in such a dramatic fashion. I mean, it was incredible.
They were unstoppable, essentially.
But you split those two up, and it doesn't seem to be quite as effective.
You're spot on, though. I think FCF fans look at Francois and think, well, of course, the next play is going to be the play. It just hasn't come yet. There's still time.
But let's take a step back here. Remember I said it doesn't matter the quarterback, it's Jamil. Jamil still had 107 yards receiving on the day, 3 touchdowns. So
not shabby.
4th and 3. Board Ape does have their progressive 5th down, so this drive could extend even if they fail here. Francois, quick out. That'll pick up the 1st down. So it does the job just to keep the drive alive.
I'm sure Jamil would have preferred the W, but he did get nice.
Few occurrences where he got to shake hands with himself in the end zone.
That's right.
And nothing flashy about that, but it was necessary to keep things rolling.
Got to get a completion. Allow DeAndre Francois to see a completion. He gets one. Nice hit there, but it stops the clock and gives him his first hit down.
Maurice Thomas on the grab. There's Ben Hunt out of Colgate on the defensive end. And we look at our power-up opportunities. Board Ape still sitting on that 5th down. You understand why they're going to hang on to that one. And then also the power play. They could turn on that 7-on-6 advantage.
Yeah, we're setting up for another dramatic finish to this game as well.
Seen this play come up quite a bit. And this feature to lay the play over the field, such excellent technology here in Season 2.0. A new ad if you're new to fan-controlled football to see what you, the fans, have selected. Little bobble, but Baker hangs on and doesn't get far, ends up on top of his own guy. That was Darius Crosby trying to lead the charge.
I love that overlay feature because you really can see how the play is designed and compare it to how it develops in real time. You get to get a preview of how it's supposed to go, and then you see what the defense does to disrupt it.
Fans, do not forget, even though this one's coming to a conclusion, more FCF Season 2.0 action this evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We get back to work with an OG battle. Zappers should have been stars. Johnny Manziel, Terrell Owens. Expecting high energy here at Pullman Yards. Make sure you join us for that matchup to start off our evening session. No bad angles inside Pullman Yards. 22 seconds to play. 2nd and 8. Ball's on the 25. Board Ape trying to take the lead back. It's been a seesaw battle here.
The Konami code being called.
Here's Francois. Plenty of protection as Baker stays back. Now we'll try and split the defense, and he is taken down inside the 20. Nate Bresson coming across with 14 seconds left. That'll bring up 3rd down. So just a 5-yard gain there for Francois.
It's a great job by the KOD defense staying with those tight ends, right? You create mismatches, you bring 2 tight ends into the game, and they aren't able to get open. You leave DeAndre Francois to try to run and get some yards.
DeAndre taking a lot of time off the clock on that one.
I will say, though, there is one element to this where as he winds the clock down, it may be that Board Ape has the last word.
Yeah.
This is one of those leagues with the way the clock works in the final minute. You can very often give the opponent too much time. It's a 50-yard field, right? You just need one.
Yeah.
Computer blue.
Love a Prince reference.
Garland Picky.
Shoot the J.
Shoot it! Game blouses. So glad we're on the same page.
I was going to keep going, but we got to get back to the football action here.
Yeah, the play's been called. We got to get back. We got to get back.
3rd and 4 on the 20. DeAndre Francois on the Board Ape Football Club trying to go in front. Down 4. Francois with protection, rolling right, throwing on the run to the end zone. It's caught. Is he inbounds? Waiting for the official signal. Referees get together to discuss it. Touchdown! Woo! With 8 seconds left.
I think what you said may come to pass, Greg. You might get them the last possession.
Wow.
And again, Jacoby Baker.
DeAndre Francois struggled all day, rolls right, running out of time, and throws a dart right up the sideline.
Wow.
And what I told you, super back.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What a
no
strike.
question on whether or not that's a catch. That's a catch at every level. 1 knee down equals 2 feet. What a play by Jacoby Baker. He's been outstanding all day.
his 4th touchdown.
Wow.
3 rushing, 1 receiving, the latest, the 20-yard grab. Now, it's funny, the celebration was underway, but the officials took a beat. They did not signal. It was probably 4 to 5 seconds before they huddled up to make sure they both had the same opinion of that catch.
Yeah, Jacoby Baker knew it right away, and he got on his way to the Wendy's Hive Mind.
And now to try and make the difference
To
4.
review, we really have a touchdown. It's confirmed.
We get the touchdown confirmation from our official. 8 seconds, by the way. Plenty of time for one last strike for KOD. But first, they'll try and shut down the 2-point attempt.
Remember, father first on the back of his jersey. He ran an in route on the last occasion in this man-up situation. Let's see if he tries to jab inside and go outside on this opportunity.
Here's Dawdell. You don't see a lot of tight ends take part. As you said, he performed well last time.
It's like this 2-point try won't have much impact on the outcome, though, either way. 2 points isn't going to sway. Either they're going to score a touchdown on you or not.
That's the simplicity of the FCF scoring.
Yeah, there is no field goals.
They'll get the rep in regardless.
Yeah.
And Dawdell.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. The exact same route he ran in the last man up. He runs it again, and it's less adventurous. You know, remember last time he bobbled it just a bit. This time he catches it clean.
DeAndre's feeling it now, going all the way down the field, helmet off, yelling to the fans.
He's talking that talk to Keith Wainwright as well after that conversion.
Nice smooth in route. Nice throw. Seamless catch.
So it comes down to this. 8 seconds left. 36-32, Board Ape in front. KOD will have an opportunity to try and go downfield. 8 seconds left. Remember, clock stops after every play. Devin, do you try and go for the whole deal? Chip off a couple of yards with the clock stopping?
I mean, I would think that the Board Ape defense is going to play very soft, right? Just with 8 seconds and so deep to go. I would take off a big chunk, maybe get to the 20 or the 25, and then take your chance on that next play with little to no time remaining.
How great is this, though? You're the fans. You're calling the plays right now. This is the situation you want to be in. What are you going to do? 8 seconds.
They go buck wild. Let's see if this comes to fruition. Here's Crouch. 8 seconds left. Stepping up. He'll go quick out, and that's incomplete. Was trying to come to the near sideline looking for Terrell West at around the 25, and now with 3 seconds left, you're out of options.
Yeah, that's what they want, and he picked the wrong side. You know, sometimes as a quarterback, you pick a side, and it just happens to be the side that's covered. Where on the other side, he had Jedediah, who was open in the middle of the field at about that 23, 24, 25-yard mark. And now they're going to have one play to try to get this ball in the end zone. And as you can see, the Board Ape defense is feeling it. They can smell victory.
Yeah, I got one more play, though. They got, you know.
Energy is high.
Crouch can get in the end zone.
Just has to go 40 yards. 1st and 10 on the 10 on this 50-yard field. Waiting for the play to come in. This will decide the game. Board Ape looking for their first win in franchise history, leading Knights of Degen 36-32, not out of the woods yet. Ed Crouch looking for heroics here on our opening day, season 2.0. Rolling right, stepping up, has time, lets it go towards the end zone, tipped up, intercepted, taken away. Deshaun Benton will wrap up this victory for the Board Ape Football Club.
And a defensive play. It's just par for the course today.
Interception for a touchback.
They'll call a touchback on the interception, and Benton secures this victory for Board Ape. 36-32, a thrilling finish here to close out Session 1, Week 1, Season 2.0. We'll take a timeout and come back with more from Atlanta, Georgia.